Hey y'all, so in today's video, I am going to do an analysis of my own performance of the Franck Violin Sonata in A major, transcribed for the double bass. Now, more specifically, I am going to do the second movement here. And before I get started with this video, I have to point out that the pianist in this video, her name is Kelly Lin from Taiwan. And so, without further ado, here is the analysis, or aka reaction, to my own performance of the Franck Violin Sonata in A major, transcribed for double bass. So, the opening phrase was fine. However, when I ended the phrase, I didn't quite make the last note audible. And I'll just play it again for you, just to see what I'm talking about. Right? Did you hear that? So that ending note there, what happened was my first finger in my left hand missed the string. So I recovered by putting my thumb, right? So this is what happened. Boom. I didn't quite get my first finger right on the note. So I recovered with my thumb and then I replaced my thumb with the first finger, and later on continued with the vibrato of the last note of the phrase. So I could have done it better, obviously. As you know, my intentions aren't to screw the piece over, to make a mistake like that. But what happened was, unfortunate, I ended up missing the string with my first finger. Doesn't happen ever, but for some reason in this instance, I ended up missing the string. So luckily, I recovered with the thumb, and it kind of worked out. So there you have it. So what I did there to find that high harmonic there, let me play it again. Here it is. So that high harmonic, that's kind of a hard note to hit because it's so high in the bass and you're just starting on that note. And I'm always scared of playing that note, actually. I don't know if you've noticed. So my solution was to play a little bit before that harmonic, as in lower than the harmonic, then do a kind of an inaudible slide to the harmonic. That way I can find it and not worry about completely missing it and completely destroying the piece. Because if I miss that note, that phrase just won't make sense. So that is one of those parts in the piece where it is essential to nail that harmonic. So that was my solution, which was to do a little slide up to that harmonic. That way I could make sure that there was 100% chance, or 99.999% chance, to hit that note. So. Before I go on, just that piano part back there, it's really ridiculous. I mean, her part's way harder than mine in that part. So I have to give credit where credit's due. Let's listen to that part again and just listen in awe into that piano part. I don't even know. I can't. Sometimes, some things in life I just don't understand, and this is one of those scenarios. So I'll just let it be. It is what it is. It was a hard piano part that was executed beautifully. So I made a mistake there. What happened was I got a little too confident jumping to that high F part, and I ended up playing an F sharp. Now, why did I do that? Why did I feel so confident? I don't know. That was a complete mistake on my part. What I should have done was I should have found the note before. But I wanted to look good on stage. I didn't want people to think that I was trying to find the note. You see, what I usually do is I pluck the note and I listen to the note by putting my ear on the neck of the bass. Now, I don't know if some of you might not be familiar with this technique, but if you put your ear on the neck of the bass and you pluck the string, you can really hear the note, and you can play it as soft as possible, and you can still hear it, as opposed to having your ear off the neck of the bass and playing it. If you play it really softly, you won't be able to hear it. But when you put your ear on the neck, you can hear those vibrations travel up the neck of the bass. So that's what I should have done. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, but I didn't. Oh well, maybe next time. So what I did in this section here, if you can hear it, I decided to use absolutely no vibrato. And that's something I really like, just by listening to this video, because it's just such a contrast to what I played beforehand, which is 100% vibrato. I mean, I used vibrato the whole section before, and for a section like this, where the sensitivity is really high, you're really high on that fingerboard in a soft dynamic, that moment where you decide not to use vibrato is so obvious and so clear that it's such a huge contrast to everything. So I have to say that that's the part that I do condone that what I did there. So all right. Now listen to this section. There's some counter rhythms here that I ended up bringing out later on when I was playing this piece. Now me and Kelly have played this piece before many times, but I finally figured out how to really bring out these counter rhythms here. The way it goes is dun 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 dun. So you hear it. So let me play that. Love that kind of rhythm. I have to point out that it's really obvious that I'm using Pop's rosin in this performance. I don't know if you could tell, but there's a right in there on the piano. They really got a good shot of my Pop's rosin. don't know if you noticed there, but I accent that last note. The reason why I do that is to play with the piano there. We kind of play in unison there, so I thought, why not just bring that section out to make it obvious that we are finally in unison there. So let me play that again. There. Here's another part where we do it. Done that run a little better. I think the fourth note up, I didn't play in tune, but I could have done it better. What could I have done to play that part better? I don't know. I mean, I've played that section so many times. Sometimes I don't know. So let me play that section again. That's always fun to play. That's a section. That's a really fun section to play. Once you nail it, it really pays off. I really like playing that. But here it is. Obviously, that's a spot where you, as a bassist, you know that it's really hard to play. Let me just play it. So here, listen to this. That's very difficult. You have to realize how difficult that part of the piece is. Very difficult, and you can barely hear it. Oh, whatever. It is what it is. So that section, I actually played the last note of that phrase the way it's supposed to be played. So I'm pretty happy about that. So yeah, as you know, that's just one of those things where when you heard the first time I played that, I missed a string. Things like that happen. I could have just quit and said, oh well, maybe I should try it again. But what I did was I had what's it called? Or I had like a fail-safe. I had a plan B. And I had or if you want to get really fancy, it was basically a contingency plan that I had. A contingency plan, which is a backup plan. And when I missed that first finger, I put my thumb there. But in this section, I just didn't mess up like I did in the first section. So I'm really happy about that. So now that we got to the recap, I guess I'll end this video here. Video is running a little bit long, but I have to say, doing this video, it's harder than I thought. You know, when you listen to other reaction channels that do this style of YouTube video, you take it for granted. You think, oh, it's easy. You just put a video within a webcam video, and then it just works out. No. Okay, no. This is hard. It took me 2 days to figure out how to set this thing up like this. But I really hope it pays off. I thought I'd show you something, actually. Let me see if I can. Check this out. I have these carbon fiber bells. For those of you who watch my channel frequently, you know that I advertise these. I actually had a complaint for the first time. about doing these little sellout things. So I am a sellout in certain cases, and let's be honest, I like to sell things. So I had a complaint that says, "Who are you selling yourself as?" So I'm going to make it clear that I'm obviously selling these bows that are on my website. These are carbon fiber bows. It's called the Fiesta bow. They're really, really great. They're durable. They don't devalue because you don't get those nicks and scratches that you will get on a wood bow. And the bow I'm using in this video is a carbon fiber bow, like the one on my website. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch to that my website. So here's how you can find it. Okay, so you're on the website, right? Scroll down the home page, and you will see a section that says Fiesta Carbon Fiber Double Base French Bow. It's being sold right now. There's a sale for $285. The original price is $450, so it's quite a decent sale. If you want to learn more about the bow, click full details, and you can see my story behind the bow, a video of me using the bow, information about the bow, like the weight, the length, where it's from, the color of the hair you can get, the shipping policy, return policy, address, all of that. There's also a German variant you can find. So if you're a German bow player, you can get a German bow carbon fiber bow. So another thing I should show you is that if you buy this bow here, a new thing that I'm doing is I am making it so I will give you all my sheet music here for free. Look at it. All of this. See, we have Irish Fantasy, Duo, Solo, the Iranian piece, the Chinese piece here, Cranberry Juice, Snowflake, A Letter to Beethoven. If you're familiar with these pieces, you know that they are quite difficult and they're challenging. And that's the whole point. So if you want all of this sheet music for free, and if you're in the market for a bow, go ahead and buy mine, the Fiesta Carbon Fiber Bow, and I'll send you an email with all of this free sheet music. And if you already bought my bow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a link where you can download all my sheet music for free. That's if you've already bought my bow. I know who you are, so I'll take care of you. Alright, so I guess I'll end this video here, and thanks for listening. Here's another fancy transition I have. Here are my social media icons. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to see more of these videos.